This morning, protesters are set to rally in support of new gun laws in the aftermath of that deadly school shooting. It comes as we're getting a look at dramatic new video showing young children in their school uniforms running across a busy road to escape the gunfire. Last night, hundreds of people gathered at a candlelight vigil to honor and mourn the 3 children and 3 adults who were killed. Among those in attendance, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden, who visited the site of the makeshift memorial and laid flowers for each of the victims. For more, we're joined by MSNBC anchor Lindsey Reiser outside of the Tennessee Capitol in Nashville. Lindsey, good morning. So once again, gun laws have been a major talking point in the aftermath of yet another mass shooting. What are you hearing from leaders in Tennessee?
I mean, how heartbreaking is that video, Zing Clay, of these kids in these school uniforms who should be in class studying, and they're running for their lives through the woods and across the street. I mean, people here are so deeply affected by this, and I've been talking to a lot of people about what needs to be done. How soon is too soon to be talking about this, but how late is too late? And I talked to a local state representative of the Democratic Party, and he said now is the time to be talking about gun reform because they have a finite window in their legislative session in the state capitol behind me. There are no red flag laws in Tennessee. There are actually laws going through their General Assembly that would expand gun access, essentially loosen gun laws. I talked to a minister who not only ministers families who go to Covenant School, but one of the victims' families. And he said he hates how all this gets politicized in the beginning of these tragedies, but he agrees that something does need to be done. He's a father. He's got 3 kids himself. And I also talked to people at the vigil last night who tell me they also want to see something done. And when I ask for specifics, what does that look like? They tell me it's a combination of gun reform, mental health reform. And so this is obviously a very complex issue, but people here will be demanding change this morning at the Capitol behind me. There's a rally taking place in a couple of hours in which basically the message last night at the vigil was come tomorrow to hold them accountable. Clay.
And Lindsey, I do want to dig into some of the conversations I know you had last night at the vigil. You spoke to a woman who teaches 7- and 8-year-olds, and she said she constantly is thinking about how she would handle a school shooter. What exactly was she telling you?
Obviously deeply affected by this. She's a teacher. She would never want to see this happen. But Zinkley, what was fascinating was how she looked at the body camera video almost to prepare her for the possibility of something like this happening. Take a listen.
I watched some of the footage, but I looked at it through a different lens. I looked at it as, okay, this is what the cops do when they go in for this. This is what I need to do.
But how crazy is it that you're looking at surveillance video of a school shooting almost as a student? You're studying what to do.
I don't like being there, but in order to know that I can provide the most protection for my kids, I think that's how we have to look at it.
And, you know, she cares so deeply about her kids. She said any day she would put herself in front of those kids. She said parents entrust her to take care of their babies. And so she says that's what she's prepared to do, Zinkley.
Teachers already have to do so much, and now they're thinking about this. Lindsey, I know we often talk about how hard it can be also for parents and children to discuss and process tragedies like this. So what did that teacher tell you about how discussing this shooting with her own students, how she's doing that, and what does she want to see done?
I mean, this isn't an easy conversation to have. There's no playbook for this. They don't teach this, or how do you teach a child what happened? Even a minister that I talked to said he doesn't really know either. I mean, point to psychologists and things like that. Be there for comfort, offer the support they need. But she did talk about also wanting to preserve their mental health, answer questions that they have. Then this is what she said about that.
I honestly don't know yet. It will just kind of be an in the moment kind of thing. If they don't bring it up, I honestly probably won't bring it up because I don't want to cause I don't want to bring on any kind of trauma or any thoughts that don't need to be there. I don't want to create it.
The victims are 9 years old, her students 7 and 8. So obviously she's been at a conference. She's actually going to see her students for the first time since this shooting today. So some difficult conversations that are happening. But obviously the community here continuing to just grieve and to come together and mourn, Zinkley.
Absolutely. I mean, we're praying for that community. Lindsey Reiser, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.